Greetings everyone, Eric here, and welcome to another review. And this one's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be looking at a program, and I'm actually going to be looking at a couple different programs over the next couple reviews. I'm going to be looking at Medibang, I'm going to be looking at Krita, GIMP, and Inkscape, and I might even try another one, as well as any that you guys suggest to me. So basically what I'm looking for is free-to-use drawing software. I'll even look at some animation software if I can find some good free ones. But yeah, the first one we're going to be looking at is Medibang. Now, Medibang has a desktop version as well as a app version. So if you have a tablet or an iPad, you can use this, and they can link together through a cloud. But yeah, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. But let's go over to the computer and let's run through the program. All right, so let's take a quick look at Medibang. Now you can get this online. Just look up Medibang Paint Pro. As you can see, it's got the typical look of pretty much any art program out there. I really do like it. It's kind of become common practice to make this kind of layout. It's really nice. It flows really well. You can easily just drag things out and move them wherever you want. I'm just going to leave everything alone right now because I actually like this layout. It's very simple and it works. So let's just go through some of the things. You have your basic kind of tool system, or your navigation bar up here, which has your stuff, file, edit, and all this other crap. If you want to change some of the shortcut keys, you can just go to file and then shortcut keys. I honestly only changed like 2 of them just to make it more convenient for myself. I believe I changed the bucket tool, I think was G. I changed it to F because it just makes sense to hit F for fill tool. And I think, in view, the release rotation, which literally just means reset rotation, for that, they had it as the up arrow key. I'd rather have a Control R because that's what I'm used to. But you can see here, you can go through all the different things of like moving your view around. But let's just create a quick little file on new. Oh, when you first start this thing up, you have the option of logging in to kind of their cloud system. I believe you can just skip that. I didn't because I do have an account with them. So I just straight up, I logged in the way I normally would. But yeah, this basically allows you to upload your things to their cloud, like your images and all. And you can go to your tablet or your phone where you also have Medibang, and you can load up your drawings and all through that. So it's really cool. I think that's a really nice feature. But when you go to create new, you have 2 options here. It usually starts you out over here on standard, which is just basic illustration. But then you also have comic, and it has a bunch of templates here for different types of comics, both in grayscale and color, including US. And it's really cool that they actually give you that. Manga Studio gives you stuff like this, which is really helpful. So if you're a comic artist, this will come in handy because it'll give you some of the guidelines you need to follow for when you're drawing. But let's just stick with standard for now. You can pick a paper size. I'm just going to pick A4 because that's the standard size for most like 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. It goes by centimeters sometimes, but you can also go by pixel or inches, depending on which one you want to look at. You can set a couple things like the background color and the initial layer, what you want your initial layer to be. You can have a color layer or an 8-bit layer. 8-bit is just kind of more simple color scheme. Color allows you to do a lot of colors. So that would be the layer that you would color on or, sketch on or something. Although even the 8-bit layer, you can actually do that too. But you can do like background color of transparent or color. I just go with color. We can just hit OK here, and then bam, you're right into the program. Up here, you'll notice where it says Untitled. This is where the tabs would go for everything you have open. So if you have multiple things open, you click between them right up here. You can also close it by right-clicking it. Down here, obviously, you have the way you navigate is basically everything else. Most programs, if you hold space, that's how you get your little bar here to kind of move things around how you want. And it actually does have the combinations, so instead of having to go up here and do a lot of the zooming and stuff here, if you hold space and then hold control, this is your zooming tool, so you can zoom in and out. It's a little weird. You zoom in by going down and up to zoom out, and I guess I'm used to most programs it being the opposite direction. So That took me a little bit of getting used to for a moment. If you hold space and shift, that's your rotate tool. So you can rotate the canvas around, which is nice. I'm glad that more programs are having that as a feature. It's just very helpful. And like I said, Control R for me is to reset rotation, but you would hit up unless you change it. You also have your left and right arrow keys, which can do the rotation for you. And then if you hit down, down flips. So let's say if I drew, I'm in a different tool, my bad. So let's say if I drew squiggles over there and I hit down, it just flip-flops the canvas around so you can see things from different angles. That button is also up here. And again, you can change it, so you don't have to worry about that. Obviously, you got your navigation bar over here to move things around for the view. You have all your layers right here and some of your layer properties. Over here, you have all your colors. You have under that, you have your brush preview, your brush control. These are basically for whatever brush you picked or whatever tool you picked. Like right now, I'm using the brush tool. This right here is which type you're using. Right now, I'm on pencil tool, which basically just makes it so it's something you can sketch with. So you see, as the lighter I push, the lighter it gets. They layer on top of each other and get a little darker, and you press a little harder to get a little darker. So that's your basic pencil tool. You have your pen tool, which is what you use to draw. That's your standard. This one, the one that says sharp, you see basically all it does is it auto sharpens the edges for you. You got your like G pen and all, which is kind of cool. That's basically like your G pen is kind of what manga artists use in real life. You can see it's got a little bit of texture to it, which is kind of cool. I like it. I really do like it. So it's something that I actually probably will use myself a lot because I do like the textured look of the lines. You have your mapping pen, which is all these different types of pen, edge pens, triple pen. I haven't even tried all these things, so I don't even know I don't even know what that is. Whoa, that's trippy. Okay, so they have a symmetrical tool to draw things. That's pretty awesome. Oh, you have your different erasers, which you can just hit E to switch to an eraser, but it looks like they give you an eraser here as well. E is obviously to switch to that. B is their brush tool, which takes you to this. So it's got a lot of the same controls that you would expect from programs. And the drawing is actually really easy. I mean, I can easily sit here and sketch a picture without any problem whatsoever. And that's a good thing. Like that is amazingly helpful when you can just jump in, especially after using other art programs. I was able to jump right in and not even have any issues getting used to the program whatsoever. That is an amazing thing to have because I've had a couple programs where I've tried them out and sometimes it's not as intuitive. Now, that was in the past. Obviously, things have gotten a lot better these days, but you can see I can very easily get right back into things and start drawing as I want, as I normally would. And I have no issues whatsoever getting back into the fray of things because the program just uses the same buttons and the same systems that a lot of other programs use. So it's very intuitive. And if you're used to art programs, you'll find it very easy. If you're not used to art programs yet, you'll get used to it very quickly. Like it's so easy to use, which is so nice these days to have programs that are just easy to use. So it's also great because it does have the added benefit of the app on the computer. So, or not the computer, the tablets, and also you can easily use this on the go if you want. I don't like if that's important to you, then yes, you can do it here. I don't know what I'm drawing here. I don't even know what I'm drawing. I'm just doodling while I talk. But yeah, you can see here it's really easy to kind of get used to. So if you want something that's free, that's not going to cost you any money, this is definitely a program to check out. I don't know what is that hair. But yeah, give it a look up. Medibang Paint Pro. I would, if I didn't already have Clip Studio, I would use this because it also has the comic feature. Here, I'll actually make a comic just for you so you can see what it... Oh, and when you do the comic, here's all the cool things. It allows you to customize these things. So here's the template, and here's all the different things that you're going to look at. Now, I would probably change that to white because I do like having a nice black background. Here's your finish line, which is kind of your full bleed or your bleed area. Your safe line, which is your safe area. how much of a bleed you want there, your frame width, all this really cool stuff. It even has a spine width, which is kind of cool. I didn't even know that. Oh, you can even do spread and covers. That's cool. But damn, there you go. You can see it's got all the blue lines that you need to draw anything. You could easily make your things out of the... Oh, let me switch over to pen. You can very easily start getting in and just making panels by using the kind of tool here for making squares and stuff. And it's pretty easy. I mean, it's not really hard or difficult to get on. Like, there it is. That's how you do it. So... yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you can see any of my new content. Let me know if you've used this program or not, if you like it, if you've used other programs. Let me know any programs you'd like to see me do. I have, like I said, a couple other that I'm going to look at. So if I didn't mention in the beginning of this video one that you know of, let me know. I'm trying to do free programs right now just because I want to give people options for free stuff. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later!